I remember being very anxious as a child. My grandmother took care of us a lot, and she would sew. I remember she would show me how to sew little coin purses out of velvet and picking buttons, and it was just peace when we were sewing together. You could get lost in that creative flow because I wasn't really thinking. It was just my hands were doing, and it was just that motion. In essence, that was my therapy. That was the place where I could process and reflect. My name is Christina. I'm a marriage and family therapist, and I'm also a registered art therapist, and I work at Charlie Health. Art therapy is the third person in the room. It gives the therapist and the client something they can relate to together, and it's contained in that art and on that paper. My first placement, I was at a Catholic school in an underserved community where they experienced a lot of grief and loss due to the pandemic. And then from there, I got to actually go into the homes and into the communities and work with not just the children, but their parents. And then I worked for an agency here in Los Angeles. I was contracted with the Department of Mental Health. I think it was really important for my professional development to really see how much we are needed out there. That was probably my most challenging role so far. It was a lot to carry emotionally. I was experiencing a lot of burnout, and I was looking for something that was more flexible. Ever since coming into Charlie Health, I've just always felt comfortable. Hi, it's nice to see you today. I'm glad you're here at Charlie Health. I've learned to adapt really quick. I use whatever the clients have available, whether it's pen and paper, Post-it notes, whatever they have. So what I'm gonna ask is that you draw a self-representational house. Think about what that house is made out of, right? Where is this house? Are there doors? Are there windows? And then we'll process the art together, okay? Art therapy is really helpful with high acuity clients because they're facing a lot of challenges. They're not certain how to express what they're feeling, so the art therapy makes that visual. We don't always have the words. And for someone who's experiencing grief or trauma or hopelessness, they no longer have to hold that all inside. And now we shift from, this is what I'm feeling, this is inside of me, to this is something I can observe. I always like to think about therapy as a mirror. We have to be willing to look, and sometimes it is hard to see. Life looks like in between sessions, I go for walks. My family and I love to go to the beach and walk on the pier. I actually take my sessions more at the end of the day so that I can help babysit, which I love. Being a grandmother is a new identity for me and a new journey, and I'm really excited about it. I don't have to choose just my career or spending time with my family. I have the flexibility to do both.